Welcome to Be Well Live. My name is Melissa Souza and I am the Senior Wellness Coordinator at Seneca College in the Athletics Department. And I'd like to welcome you today to Yoga for Relaxation. So I hope you're all ready to relax with me. Just remember as you go today to please go at your own pace. Take breaks as needed, and if you experience any shortness of breath, pain, or dizziness, please stop. Now's a great time for you to roll out your mat. If you have some essential oils that will support you in your practice today of relaxation, then I suggest that you grab them as well right now. A bottle of water would also serve you well for right after your practice. And if you can do your practice today close to a wall, we will be ending in a posture that does require a wall. Otherwise, your legs may get a little bit tired if we don't have a wall in our final posture. So if you can find a nice comfy space by a wall today, that would be awesome. So if you have some oils with you today, you can grab them now. This is about the time where I like to set an intention for my practice, and I like to use some oils to help me do that. So today I'm using Dream State by Sage. It has some lavender notes. It also has some geranium and ylang ylang. So it's a nice calming and soothing aromatherapy for me. And I'm just gonna go ahead, put that wherever I like today. I hope that you have something that you can maybe use to bring some more relaxation to your practice today. And I think my intention today is just going to be peace. My word that I'm always going to draw back on throughout my practice and the rest of my day will be the word peace. I hope that you all find peace and some relaxation with our practice today. Let's get started right here in Child's Pose. So if you want to get on to your mat here on your hands and knees, and we'll find ourselves in a tabletop position. So hands are directly underneath our shoulders and our knees will be directly underneath our hips here as we find nice integrity, long spine, extension of our neck here. And from here, we're just going to sit back onto our heels with our sit bones as our head comes down and our arms swing back here for 3 breaths. If you're in an extended child's pose here, that's totally fine as well. It's just giving you a nice chest stretch, a nice side body stretch. This here is a more restorative, relaxing pose, child's pose. One more big breath in here, and exhale. Stay for the inhale. And on your exhale, let's move ourselves back into our tabletop position and set up with our feet nice and flat, flush to our mat. We're going to slowly start to walk our hands out here on an exhale. Our sit bones shine high to the sky as our chest falls down and our forehead kisses our mat. 3 breaths here in puppy pose. Big breath in, big breath out. Really making sure our hips are stacked over our knees here. Shining our sit bones high and our chest getting a really nice stretch, pulling our shoulders away from our ears and leaving our forehead here to rest on our mat. Big breath in and exhale. One more inhale in here. Exhale it out. Staying on our inhale, but on our exhale, climbing back through, leaving our hands out just slightly in front of us here as we tuck our toes underneath us, and we get ready to push up, sit bones again, shining high to the sky as we lift up at the hips, finding ourselves in downward facing dog here. 3 breaths, stretch it out, pedal, bending those knees if you have to, hearing all the crunching and the cracking in the toes. And really thinking about elongating our spine here, getting a nice stretch. If that means that our knees have to be bent, that's okay. Big breath in and exhale it out. And on our next inhale, let's drop on our left foot. Right foot comes up high to the sky and we bring that right foot up in between our feet here. And we can slightly kind of do a little mini hop up here with our left foot. We want it to be at a 45-degree angle and our heel nice and flat to the ground. On an inhale, let's raise our hands up high to the sky. We're here in Warrior One. And exhale from here. Really drop those shoulders away from our ears. And on our next inhale, let's drop our arms, clasp our hands here, or our fingers, behind our back. If you can't be here, that's okay. You can also clasp at the elbow. This is a big chest stretch opener. We really want to make sure what we're doing here in Humble is we don't want to be scrunched. So whatever we need to do to keep our shoulders away from our ears, if that means that we have to clasp at our elbows, then that's fine. So if you're here, that's also great. Let your chest shine. And on your next exhale, let's start to hinge here. Lots of integrity in our torso. We can bring our arms up. Let's be here for 3 breaths in Humble Warrior. It's okay if your arms don't come directly over your head. If you have a bigger stretch than I do, stretch it out, stretch till you're comfortable. Inhale here. Exhale it out. Another inhale here. Exhale. Inhale. And big breath out. On your next inhale, drop your arms around your right foot here to frame your foot. Left foot now faces the front of our mat, and we're going to drop our right foot back to plank. And on an exhale, let's press it forward and back. Downward facing dog. Let's stay here for 3 breaths. And on our next inhale, drop on down with our right foot, left foot comes up, and we land between our two hands at the front of our mat. Again, right foot will come out to a 45-degree angle here. On an inhale, let's raise both arms up high to the sky, Warrior One. Big inhale in and exhale here. On your next inhale, drop your arms. Again, find what's comfortable for you as we start to move into Humble Warrior. I'm going to clasp my hands here. Each side feels different too. This one actually feels even tighter for me. And on an exhale, we're going to start to drop here. We're hinging out. Lots of integrity in our torso. Bend it forward. 3 breaths here in Humble Warrior. Big breath in. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale it out. Big breath in. Really let that one go. And on your next inhale, we're going to cartwheel our arms up and open. Foot posture stays the same. Just bring our arms out here to Warrior Two. So big inhale in here and exhale out. We're actually going to move into an extended triangle. So if you want to start to, actually I'm going to shorten my stance here just for this posture, so you can as well. So you can bring your back foot up a little bit here. So in Warrior Two, big inhale in, we're going to start to straighten the front foot as we bump out our hip here. Really stretching and reaching forward on our left hand side until you can't reach out anymore. We start to hinge. Left hand comes down, right hand high to the sky. Triangle pose, 3 breaths here. If you can, take your gaze to your hands, looking up high to the sky. Really shine your chest forward here. And one more inhale in. And on the exhale, let's cartwheel our arms back up. We're going to, you're gonna have to see me from the back here, but we're gonna put our hands on our hips here, and we're just going to move our feet. so that our right foot is now facing the forward top end of our mat, and our left foot is now at our 45 degrees. So from here, we're going to bring our arms out on an exhale, warrior two. And on an inhale, let's all start to bend our front foot, straighten our front leg and bump out our hip of our back leg. So we're stretching really far with our right hand as we can, as far out as we can. Lots of integrity in our torso here. Start to cartwheel our arm down, left arm comes up, and our right arm comes down, triangle pose. Let's hold this here, 3 breaths. If you can, take your gaze to your left hand. Big inhale in, and exhale it out. Big breath in, and really let this one go. Last inhale in, and on an exhale, let's cartwheel our arms back. I'm going to turn around now. You're going to be here. Hands at our hip, and we're just going to heel toe ourselves up until we're in a nice mountain pose here. So I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see me. Stand here, take a breath in, let it go. And on our next inhale, let's raise our arms up high to the sky. And exhale, bend it forward, forward fold. And from here, we're going to hold for 3 breaths in a forward fold. So if you're not straight-legged and it's impossible for you to do this without rounding your back, that's okay. What you want to think about is chest to the tops of your thigh. That means that you have to have your legs as bent as mine. I've got very, very tight hamstrings. You may as well. Don't worry about it. You're still getting the benefit as long as we let our head straight down here. You can clasp elbows. Our hands can be down here as well. Just let your head hang forward. 3 breaths here in forward fold, wherever you are. One more big inhale in. And as you exhale, let's slowly curl up here. Back into mountain pose. Good job, everybody. So we're going to end our practice today with a pose called legs up the wall. It is an extremely restorative posture, so we thought that it was a great way to end today's relaxation yoga. So what you're going to want to do is slide your bum as close as you can, get to the side of the wall. So I'm right next to the wall here, right, nice and flush. And from here, you just want to have your hand kind of support you and sliding to where you're not going to kick over your plants. And you're going to come over onto your elbows and bring your legs up to the wall. You'll probably have to readjust here because what we're trying to do is get our sit bones as close as we can to the wall. Having our feet flex forward here, so toes out and down instead of up this way. So we're here, and then you can take your hands, clasp your fingers and kind of place them and cradle your head or the bottom of your neck here, the base of your neck. And we're going to be here for 5 breaths. So this is an extremely restorative posture, as I was saying. It's often used in yoga when people are feeling lots of stress. If people are dealing with anxiety, they're usually suggested to do this 10 to 15 minutes a day. This is a great pose as well to end your day. If you've been on your feet all day, if you work on your feet all day, as you can tell, obviously anything that's been collecting or pooling in below our knees or hips even are starting to flush back down towards the rest of our body. So it's also helping with inflammation and any sort of liquid buildup, again, below the knees, so your ankles, your calves. And it is wonderful for our nervous system. Another big deep breath in here. Exhale it out. If your legs get tired here, you're always welcome to have a short bend as well. You can also find yourself here in butterfly pose if you need to take a little bit of a rest. This is also a great way for you to practice a short meditation practice. Would be wonderful in this pose. One more big deep breath in here. Biggest, deepest breath you've taken all day. Send all of that air, lungs, all your energy, send it to any of the areas of your body that you need here. And let it go. Big exhale. So on your next inhale, you can slide your feet. I kind of just slide around. You can drop your knees here into kind of a fetal position and push up on your arm there to get yourself into a more comfortable and seated position to kind of end our practice today. If you're feeling like getting outside today, we welcome you to join Mike Brain at 2 o'clock right here at the Seneca Sting for a wellness walk. And of course, tomorrow we've got all of our Be Well lineup at 10, 12:15, and 2 again. And of course, the Seneca community can be joined at Seneca College daily at 12 o'clock for their lives. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all feel a little bit more relaxed, a little more like you've, I guess, reached out to your Seneca community in a way, that you felt their connection. I know that I did, I always do. I hope that you did as well. Namaste, be well.